make sure that you have a high heat for the beginning, and then eventually once it sizzles enough, you put it on a medium heat to crack your egg. I always use 2 hands to separate my egg, otherwise I end up with shells all over the place. And after handling an egg, I always wash my hands because it's like handling meat. Let's talk about what's in our egg. The yellow is healthy fats, the whites are proteins. The yellow is going to cook differently than the whites on the outside. They're going to be cooking at different temperatures because again, they're made up of different things. The yolk is going to be our healthy fats. It has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for our brain. It has nutrients, vitamins, and the whites are good for our muscles. There's lots of protein in the whites. If anyone's had me in class, they know that an egg would be a grow food on the Go, Grow, Glow scale. So I'm making 2 more eggs here. They are going to be over medium and over easy. Over easy and over medium just depend on how long you cook them. So unlike sunny side up, I'm actually going to be flipping them once they cook well underneath. And then the first egg that I made is going to end up like a sandwich egg because I will pop the yolk, and that one will be sort of like over hard because the yolk won't be running. Time to check in on our whites. You know, they'll be cooking for a few minutes before the whites really turn firm, and you can see them changing to that whiter color. And you want them to be firm before you flip them, otherwise the yolks might break. So they still look pretty jiggly, and I'm not going to flip them yet. I'm flipping them now because the whites look pretty set. It's only been about 2 minutes. Really, 3 minutes is probably best, but I'm just going to see how it goes. If it needs more time, I'll give it a little extra time on the other side. And for my over medium, I'm going to give it about 3 minutes on this side. And then for my over easy, I'm giving it about 2 minutes. And we'll see how they come out. I'm just going to flip them over to their original side before pulling them off, just to give them an extra crisp at the end. Time for the big reveal. Here is our sandwich egg that has the hard yolk because we popped it and it cooked really well. Then we have our over easy. As you can see, it is very fluid. The yolk is coming out very easily. The whites are still softer. And then we have our over medium where the yolk is a little bit runny, but not as runny as the over easy, and the whites are definitely more firm there. This is my preferred way of making scrambled eggs because it's super easy. You just throw them on the pan, as many as you need. I usually do like 1 to 2 eggs per person that I'm making for. And add your salt and pepper as you go, mix them around, and then you have a nice texture between the yolks and the whites. And to prevent them from drying out, pull them off of the pan as quickly as possible, or else they'll continue cooking even if the heat is off. We're calling them diner-style scrambled eggs because this is the type you'd see normally if you went to a restaurant and got scrambled eggs. They really don't have the white versus yellow color. It's all one color together, which is why we need to whisk it together, either with a fork or a hand whisk. This is similar to how you start an omelet as well. I added my salt and my pepper to it in the beginning. For scrambled eggs, I like to use butter instead of olive oil because it gives it that lighter taste, and I put it on medium heat, and I'm just going to rapidly move them around, make sure they're all getting heated through the same way from top to bottom. And you can see that this already looks a little bit different than my last one. It almost has this like ricotta cheese texture to it, but it's definitely that really mild yellow color that I'm looking for. For a classic hard-boiled egg, place a raw egg in cold water. This is the most important step. And bring this water to a boil. You'll know when it's boiling when the water is roaring and there's a lot of bubbles and steam. Then I'm gonna shut off my heat and I'm gonna place a cover on my egg for about 7 minutes for a hard-boiled egg. If you want your egg to be soft-boiled or medium-boiled, you can do it for a little less than 7 minutes. You could do 3 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and you will get a different kind of yolk on the inside. Time to take my egg out. I'm going to put it in an ice bath for about 10 minutes because that makes it easier to peel. And it's funny because the older your eggs, the easier they are to peel. So I recommend using the eggs that you maybe had for a little bit to make hard-boiled eggs. And then after you hard-boil them, they're actually good in the fridge for about a week. But I like to eat mine right away when they're nice and warm.